Hello everyone and welcome to day 15, can you believe it, of my Advent series. Okay, let's lift the lid of today's box and see what's inside. It's a brush roll, and if I'm not very much mistaken, it's a brush roll for a Kirby tradition. Well, it's absolutely tipping it down today. We've had some very cold weather recently in the UK and now it's turned a lot milder but wetter. I think I prefer the icy cold bright days to these dull wet ones. Okay, here it is then, the brush roll, and here is hopefully the vacuum cleaner that will fit this brush roll, or rather this brush roll will fit this vacuum. The last time you saw this particular one was in my Independence Day video, and I think did it win? I'm not sure. I think it won the battle of the Independence Day vacuums, or at least it came second. I can't remember, it's so long ago. Now, what I didn't realise until just earlier, when I actually used this, I used it without a bag, because when I opened it to check the bag was not there. So I had to use Hetty to clean all the bag out. I have since fitted a genuine but old Kirby bag. In fact, let's have a look at that bag. Do you like my jumper? It is supposed to light up. It's a polar bear. This is supposed to light up, but I can't find the battery pack, just as I can't find anything in my house at the moment. So one day I'll be organised. And I mean, I had to search high and low. Well, I knew where it was, the bags for this. In fact, I didn't realise I had any bags. I wasn't sure if I had any genuine bags, because I tried the bags for my Essential G Diamond Edition and they don't fit, obviously, because they're a different style. Now, I had to go back and look at one of my own videos when I unboxed all the bits for this machine and saw that yes, there was some genuine Kirby bags included. They're very thin. They're just a single layer. I mean, they're about the thinnest paper bags I've ever had experience of. They're even thinner than, say, a Hoover Junior bag. Just a single layer, but at least it's going to be better than using it with no bag at all. But I managed to clean it all out. Not too bad. So let's pop the bag back. And it fits on. Yes, that's right, you slide it in here. It's sort of a bit like an Orek, isn't it? The way you slide the bag into a thingamajig and then you push it forward until it clicks in place. Just under that. There we go. And that's the bag in. So pop that. So I'm going to do a little bit of a mini mess test. I haven't even got my Christmas tree up, which is very late for me. I know I've got people waiting on my other channel, Roger's Bits and Doings. I said that I would show them how I put my tree up. So I'll be doing that as soon as I've done this, but I didn't want to get my tree up in case I'm going to make a lot of mess. Because when I put down a lot of mess, if you've seen my big mess test for that Electrolux Y-Track, it does make a huge mess, and I cleaned all the mess up off the carpet, but there was a lot of dust raised and I've had to dust all around, not just in the living room. So I don't want to put up my big Christmas tree only to have it covered in dust. If it was covered in fairy dust, that's okay, but not bag-o filth dust. Alright, let's see if I can remember how to replace a brush roll. Some people, this did sound a bit dodgy. I'm going to listen to it again now. Some people said, oh, it's the motor needs new bearings, blah blah blah. But I always thought, I think it could be the brush roll, because I tried it without the brush roll and the motor sounded, to me, it sounded fine. And as soon as I had the brush roll going, it had the clattery noise. So I'm hoping, folks, that after a nice new brush roll is fitted, this Kirby will sound a little bit sweeter than it did and maybe perform a little bit better. And I'm plugging it in. I don't know if it's actually on at the machine. No, it isn't. Right, I don't know if the belt isn't on. I've had a bit of a fiddle with this. It's that long since I've been fiddling with my Kirby. And what I didn't do is what well, you should really do, is if you've got a lot of vacuums to store, especially belt-driven vacuums, it's best to disengage the belt because they'll stretch in storage. And I think I have disengaged this, so I need to engage it again. I think that's it. And let's pop that back on. I might get another Kirby next year, who knows. I would, oh, that's not worked, Roger. Or has it? No, it hasn't. Don't think it has. Well, anyway, that's what it sounds like without the agitator. So to me, I'm not a Kirby expert, to me that motor sounds fine. I didn't want to make this video too long. Just got to try and get the belt looped over. Right, I think that's it. I was surprised that, oh no, I've done it wrong, folks. Do you know what? I'm going to have to pause this to save you having to watch me suffering. Well, for some reason I had great difficulty doing that. I couldn't remember how to do it. I think it's on now, but it's not sounding quite so rattly as I remembered it. Now this is with the belt engaged. Ah, well, you heard it rattle at the end, didn't you? I'll just give it a bit of a push to and fro, and then we'll put the new brush roll on. Well, lo and behold, well, it sounds okay to me. It sounds better than I remember. What is going on, folks? Do you know that I've often found that happen? You know, I've put a vacuum cleaner away that's got some fault, and then when I come to get it out again to fix the fault has miraculously disappeared. Anyway, I'll still put a new brush roll on if I can remember how to do it, and we'll see if it does make any difference. Before I attempt to replace the brush roll, I have of course unplugged the Kirby. So we need to remove the head first. So we'll raise the headlight, disengage the belt, and hopefully this will come off without too much trouble. There we go. And now I think we have to disengage the belt, don't we? Because it's still on. So I need to turn that back round so the belt will slip off. I'm not going to bother fitting a new belt. It's fairly new, and anyway, I can't find them. I don't know where they are. That's that way, isn't it? Right. Well, here is the brush roll that's was fitted when I got it, and it looks okay, really, doesn't it? In fact, the brushes on this brush roll look a little bit longer to the ones on the replacement. It is slightly different. I'm sure I've seen brush rolls that fit the tradition that have more brushes on, double the amount of brushes. Right, now how do you do it, Rog? I think you just, oh, that's it. It just comes out that way. Slip off the belt and assume it goes this way. It does it? I think it does. Let's pop that back in. You see there's the adjustment screws either side. I'm hoping not to have to fiddle with those. Of course there'll be Kirby people watching saying, no, you've got to adjust it. Don't just put it in, you've got to fine-tune that Kirby. Well, sorry folks, I haven't time. I haven't time to fine-tune anything. So I'm just going to shove it in and hope for the best. That's in correctly. So I just need to get, oh, ouch. There we are. Now, that's wrong, Roger, is it? Or is it? Yes, it is wrong. That one is, anyway. Hang on. Did you... I always make mistakes in my videos on purpose. You might think I'm doing it, you know, because I'm thick. But no, you know, a lot of the errors I make are deliberate, which enables you folks to spot them and correct me. You see? That's why I do it. So... that's my story and I'm sticking to it. Now, I think that's correct, because what should be the case, let me just close that. What should be the case is the adjustment screws should be uppermost so we can adjust them while the brush roller is in. I mean, obviously obviously there's no belt connected to it, but that is almost silent running. And this one, well, it's certainly stiffer. Sorry, it doesn't actually rotate as easily. I think this will make an improvement, and I think that's correct. That looks okay to me. Does it look okay to you folks? It's certainly, ooh, that is so smooth. As smooth as a baby's bottom, as they say. Okay, so let's lift that belt over. Just check I've got everything connected up correctly. I think I have. That does sound better, to be honest. I think it does sound slightly better than this. Do you think so? I don't know. Let's run it across the carpet. Well, I think that's an improvement. I won't bother tweaking any further, otherwise this video will go on for too long. You want to see some muck picked up, don't you? Alright then, just for you, and because it's Christmas, I'm going to put some more dirt down. Today's dirt will be supplied by a very full Hetty compact. Now I tend to use a pneumatic cleaner after my demos to clean out bagless machines and everything, for the simple reason is they have one of the largest dust bags, and so all the filth is gathered together. And then what I normally have to do, as in the case today, because that is chock-a-block, I have to cut that open and spread it all over the carpet again. Well, I have asked, and I believe somebody has bought me, I don't know who, I did ask for a reusable bag to fit Henry and Hetty, which has a zip. And that's the purpose I asked for that, because instead of having to cut bags open all the time, I'll put the reusable bag in, so it'll be easier to empty out, you know, for my demonstrations. But under normal use, I would of course recommend using the HEPA Flow bags. So it's so full, it's going to make a bit of a mess. It really is full. Surprisingly full, actually, because I've only just used it today and the suction was still strong, despite the fact that this bag is packed. Phew. Right, oh, I've done that fairly cleanly. There's a bit of dust in there, I'll wipe that out. So here we are. There's me bag o' filth in its raw state. Let's get it spread about. Well, I've tried to confine the dirt to a small area, but I'm going to be dusting between now and New Year's Eve at this rate. But never mind, it's all in a good cause. Now, I don't really want to walk on any of this. I'm going to have to clean it first before I step over. So let's see if old Kirby will make a difference. I don't suppose it'll make any difference to this. What do you think? Nah. Yeah, it was set too high. Ooh, look at that. Any of you Line of Shame fans, look at that in the middle. Yeah, it was set too high, wasn't it? So we'll do it once more, but I'll adjust the nozzle down a bit. Well, it's a little bit better. Yeah, still a bit of a line of shame. It did disappear up here, but that's because I veered off course a bit. I do like to see a nice clean swept path, don't you? Look, this is just fun. It's just a bit of a, you know, it's just for people who like to see filth restored to neat order. Not quite finished yet, is it? Obviously this is not a proper demo, but the Kirby does a pretty good job. Do you want to see it from the other way? Now I've made myself a clean path. It's like the Bible story. What was that story? I can't remember. I can't remember my religious education, but I do know that there was the parting of the Red Sea, wasn't there? Was it the Israelites? I can't remember, but some people needed to go somewhere and they couldn't get over the river, and the waves were parted. Did Moses do that through God? I don't know, but some of you'll know. Tell me in the comments, what is that story about the parting of the sea? Now, was it the Red Sea? Look, we're not on about religion, we're on about Kirby, and of course Kirby is a religion to some of you. Come on then. Now, no, I'll have to go back up again in order to get the height right, because I've forgotten. Oh, crikey, that's better, isn't it? That is a little bit better. I could lie on that now, but I'm not going to. You'll see my fat belly. Wow, yes. Pretty good, eh? Pretty good for an old vacuum. This is from 1981, I think. It says 81 on it somewhere. Okay, let's. We've still got quite a lot of dirt left here, haven't we? So, shall we see if we can get a bit of agitation going? Well, it's picked more or less everything up, hasn't it? But it was a bit of a workout, to be honest, compared to the Electrolux wide track. The elf managed to do a little bit of a jig, didn't he, towards the end? He was that excited about seeing a clean carpet. He did a bit of a Hoover manoeuvre. But I'm driving the Kirby today, and I haven't got the energy or the strength to prance about using this. I mean, they're good machines, don't get me wrong. They'll last for years, but boy, oh boy, they are heavy vacuum cleaners. Ugh, it's no wonder you see so many of them on eBay. But anyway, saying that, I still like my two Kirbys. The one thing it hasn't managed to do is up to the edge here, because it was too high. The headlamp was too high. It kept hitting the radiator. So I'd have to attach the attachments, wouldn't I, to do the crevices there. But I can't be bothered with that. So I'll just whip out my Dyson and finish that job off. But anyway, never mind. Oh, I somehow thought, ooh, it shed a bit. I somehow thought the new brush roll would make more of a difference, but in fact I don't know if it did. Didn't seem to have the agitation either of my diamond edition. Anyway, it's still a handsome vacuum, isn't it? Thanks for watching. Went on for a bit too long this one, but never mind. There's nothing on TV. I've just got the new Radio Times for Christmas. I haven't got my highlighter pen out once. Tune in for the next video tomorrow at 5 AM UK time. Bye for now.